Hey guys, this is Skystar12126, or if you're from my website, www.releaseyourinnergeek.webs.com, you know me as me. Today I'm going to be reading you my speech for forensics. And no, forensics is not the study of criminology. Well, it is, but this is a different type. This type is oral speaking, which is basically anything that you say out loud in front of a crowd. So, I'm going to be reading you my speech on homosexual harassment because I've got a competition coming up and I am really nervous about it. So, repeating it to you guys will make it a bit easier for me. And I've got to get used to the feeling of millions of people listening to me. Though, millions of people will never click on this video. Okay, so I'm going to start reciting it soon, so be ready and please don't flame. I will cry. To those of you in this audience tonight, I ask you simple questions. Have you ever been or known anyone who has been harassed because of age, race, gender, religion, or ethnicity? Have you been shocked at the events of the Holocaust during World War II? If so, then I wonder if you are truly aware of the war that gay, lesbians, bisexuals, and transsexuals are fighting every day of their lives. Statistics tell us that 1 in every 10 people loves, knows, or works with someone that is gay, lesbian, or bisexual. 53% of students report hearing homophobic comments made at school. One may think these comments are but a jest, not really harming anyone, but the actuality is far from that. 80% of homosexual youths report feeling severe isolation because of this. And 28% of high schoolers have dropped out of school altogether because of the harassment they endure because of their sexual orientation or gender expression. These problems are not overrated as some like to believe, and are just as serious a problem as, say, racism. This is a severe form of discrimination. In 2008, Proposition 8, also known as Prop 8, was passed. It was a law stating that in California, marriage was a union between a man and a woman, excluding gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transsexuals from this. The final vote was with 52.1% of the community saying yes and 47.9% of the community saying no. This loss was a great devastation to the California's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual, also known as LGBT, supporters, as well as many all over the nation. One example of the intolerance that homosexuals will receive is like the story of Larry King. Lawrence Larry King was a young gay boy who was murdered by his 14-year-old classmate Brenda McInerney after asking him to be his Valentine. In this act, where a young 15-year-old boy was murdered by a 14-year-old one and pinpointed in a crowd, it has been called by Newsweek the most gay-biased crime since the 1998 murder of Matthew Shepard, in which a young man was kidnapped and killed because of his sexual orientation. The deaths of LGBTs are not only caused by those around them, but by their own hands as well. Homosexual youths are 75% as likely to commit suicide compared to their non-gay peers. And 30% of overall teen suicide statistics come from severely depressed and isolated homosexual youths as well. If I were to walk outside this building and look around, I would see the faces of many. I would not only see the faces of the people I'm looking at, but the faces of their ancestors as well. The ancestors that are so present in everyday life. They did everything they did, tried as hard as they could, even got murdered for what they believed in so that their children and their children's children could live a better life. African slaves rebelled against their masters so that their children could live free lives as American citizens. Susan B. Anthony and many of the women from her cause fought for the right to vote so that for the rest of America's length, men and women would have equal rights. This is the year 2009, and America calls itself a free country. But look around. LGBTs are still treated wrongly, still don't have equal rights. These voices will not be silenced, will not be ridiculed. These voices will not be ignored in their quest for freedom. There is a war going on here in America, not always fought with guns, but with verbal abuse. And this war must come to an end, and it will, once every lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual person in this country can stand up and be proud of who they truly are, not being hated for it. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The time is always right to do what's right. That time is now." Okay, guys, that was my speech, and I'd like to hear your feedback on it, but please don't make it insulting towards gays, because that would be offending to a lot of people here. But anyway, if you are for gay rights, I'd like to tell you about a program called Day of Silence. It's held in honor of Lawrence King every single year. And so you stay quiet for an entire day to show that the gay students will not stay quiet when they're being bullied or harassed or anything like that. So just type it on online and you'll find it. But anyway, I really, really feel that this is a serious issue in our country and that so many people are tormented here because of their sexual orientation or gender expression. I'm really glad you listened to this, and leave a comment if you want. Bye!